Hey, what is up guys? We're actually outside. Yeah, surprise, Azneyes outside. That's definitely out of my habitat. And you may be wondering, Azneyes, what are you doing outside? Why are you at a playground? You looking for them lollies? And I'd say, maybe. Anyways, so we are actually waiting for Anime Expo to actually open up. I went with a group and then they have artist badge, so they get like priority, so they get to go in firsties. And then Nami was like, oh yeah, you probably get in too, right? Turned out, nah. But anyways, it's cool. We're outside. I'm probably gonna get some food in a bit. Anyways, let's actually talk about the topic that someone actually mentioned in the comment section below, and I thought it was a really good topic, so I was like, yeah, I just definitely can cover this. Plus, I was actually walking to get food, and since, like, you know, overweight confirmed, I got, you know, kind of lazy. I was like, oh, I gotta take a break. I might as well record a vid, right? Anyways, so a really good topic, which was that the newer supports for older cards don't let us use the older cards. And I was looking at it, I'm like, you know what, that kind of does make sense, but there's a reason for it. So obviously you guys know that when new support comes out for a deck, usually the new support is actually like really, really good. Otherwise you wouldn't play it because it's not viable at all. Now, one thing that I think is an excellent example of this is, let's take, for example, 6 Samurais. Now, obviously, things like Gateway, things like 6 Sam United, you still play those, but you don't play Kamon, you don't play Yaichi, some of the older ones, like, you don't play those. I know some people still played Hand of 6 Samurai when that was out, when 6 Samurais were super, super popular, but it really came down to like, just using the new cards. And some of you guys were disappointed that you didn't get to see some of like your old fan favorite cards because it just wasn't viable to run like cards like, there's Yaichi, there's Kamon, Yariza, there's like a lot of other 6 Samurais. They see like literally no play, but it makes perfect sense that they don't see any play because, you know, they're just not viable. And one excellent example of this is actually going to be Crystal Beast. I don't know if you guys have seen like the support for Crystal Beast, but there's no new Crystal Beast. And when you try to integrate using only the old like Crystal Beast with the new support, like it still comes down to the older stuff is just not good enough. And I mean, I know you can Carbuncle. I know Carbuncle can open up some pretty nasty stuff, but for the most part, that deck is just like outclassed, and we need the introduction of newer monsters and the addition of older monsters. I think that if we can somehow combine them better, that'd be really nice. Like, I think one really cool like fan service deck was the Blue Eyes deck. Now, I know it wasn't very good, granted, but at least it let you like bring out Blue Eyes, which was a card that was a little bit more difficult to bring out. Obviously with Pendulum that changed things a little bit, but when you have the ability to go for Blue Eyes, plus they have like a new synchro that works with it, it's kind of cool. Like I said, granted, it's not like the best deck. I wish everything that came out for like the fans, because that deck was literally fan service 101. And I know we're getting Red Eyes, and that's going to be definitely another like fan service deck, but I think that deck has a little bit more potential. But when you compare it to things that FTK with the Chicken Race Pseudo Space, it's probably not going to be on the same level, but that's for like good reasons in my opinion. But like when we look at Red Eyes, for example, like all the new support, yes, you can bring out Red Eyes, but it's still not really utilizing Red Eyes other than just like, oh, just use it as material or just banish it. You're not bringing out the card is, I think, what some people were disappointed about. Like, yeah, you do bring out the card, but again, like I mentioned like 2 seconds ago, it's just like you're using it to make other things. But there's only so much you can do with a vanilla monster, which I think that is, in one sense, it makes sense that like, yeah, it's vanilla, like what do you expect it to do? But I think that it'd be kind of cool to perhaps use like things like equip cards. But I was looking at some other card game, and what was really cool is you would like put things on top of the card. Like basically a card was see-through and you would stack it on top of it, and it was like armor, it was a weapon. I thought that was really cool. I'm hoping Yu-Gi-Oh will catch on to this because I think it's one of the coolest game mechanics. So instead of just like, you know, XYZ, you know, stack cards on top of each other, they're like see-through cards, and you stack them on top of like older cards, and it gives them like a bonus armor. So basically think of a see-through card, think of like Red Eyes, like a sword that Red Eyes would hold or something like that. That's basically what I actually think was a really cool idea. I don't know if it would ever be integrated into the game because obviously, you know, you'd have to have deck sleeves, and then that might get a little bit strange. But I'm thinking maybe they go outside of your extra deck, like a separate deck, like instead of, like we have the Pendulum Zone, we have the extra deck zone, we have this other zone called like equips, but they're like different type of, well, they could still be considered equips, I don't really care, but you stack them on top of the card like they're see-through. And I think that would be a good way to support older stuff without it just being like not on the field, because again, when you're using like the newer support, you're just using the card for some other thing. Is that sprinklers? Man, that's why I don't record outside, dude. Get wrecked by sprinklers. Anyways, I think, yeah, that'd be a really cool integration of still seeing your older like favorite cards in the game, with the addition of like the newer support, because again, it all comes down to just using the newer cards. Any Crystal Beast player will understand that like the deck still can't function because there's no new Crystal Beast, and that's kind of disappointing for your Crystal Beast players. But you know, maybe Konami will be like, oh, dude, Azneyes talk about Crystal Beast, we gotta make them meta. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. How would you actually use older monsters, like, without just making them leave the field or being, like, used as, like, Synchro or Xseed material? Because I think that that's what you guys were trying to address. Well, the comment that the guy left had a bunch of thumbs up because, you know, I think it is definitely a great topic to talk about because I like unique stuff in games. Like, I thought Xseed, that was really cool. Like, you detach them as material, like their ammo. That's a pretty cool mechanic. But how would you guys actually incorporate older cards with the newer cards? I don't know. Just give me some idea. It could be completely different. Like, it could kind of change the game. It could be like some new type of card or something like that. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Azneyes signing out.